Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We are jumping right into a really fantastic source text today that turns learning into this incredibly visual, high-energy experience. It's called The U-Vowel Adventure. And leading us on this bouncy, super energetic breakdown of short U-vowel words are two awesome guides. We've got Buddy the Bear, who is honestly the friendliest, most enthusiastic cartoon guide you could possibly ask for, and his sidekick, Pop the Robot, who brings the whole shebang to life with these hilarious sound effects. We're going to decode exactly how this text uses vivid imagery and sounds to make reading just naturally click. So right off the bat, Buddy breaks the fourth wall and poses this fantastic question to kick things off. Are you ready for a super-duper U-vowel hunt? And you know what? Channeling his infectious energy, I have to ask you the exact same thing. Are you ready to hunt down these sounds? Because Pop the Robot is in the background, happily beeping away, letting us know that these U sounds are about to get really, really fun. Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1. The UG family, the digging crew. Picture a little hole in the ground right here, and Pop just made his happy pop sound to let us know the hunt has officially begun. Now, to understand our digging crew, we first need to get the mechanics of this word family down. The UG family is built entirely on words ending with the short sound, combined seamlessly with a hard g sound. Try saying it out loud with me. G, ugh. You feel that? It's a really deep, grounded sound, which is exactly why the source material so cleverly frames the sone as our digging crew. Establishing this educational foundation is absolutely crucial before we see these words spring into action. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the script uses these silly, unforgettable visual gags to cement the words in our minds. We aren't just reading the word mug, no way. We are watching a cartoon coffee mug literally jump up on its own and take a sip of itself. It's this completely absurd, wonderful visual narrative that guarantees you're never going to forget that ugga sound that makes up the word mug. And listen, the rest of the digging crew does not disappoint either. Just look at this action-packed lineup. We have a tiny cartoon bug, but it's not just sitting there. It's actually wearing a little hat and wiggling right across the view. Then we've got a rug, a carpet that is completely come to life and is out there dancing. We see the word tug brilliantly illustrated by two energetic dogs playing a fierce game of tug-of-war with a rope. And finally, a jug, with water pouring perfectly out of it and into a glass. These little mini-narratives attach a distinct, active memory to every single UG word. Let's move to and see how this builds. Section 2, the UN family, the running team. Okay, so the phonetic rules for this group completely change the feeling of the words. We still have that short vowel, right? But now we're combining it with the n sound. N, un. Notice how your tongue kind of taps the roof of your mouth? The sound itself actually feels way quicker, much more bouncy and forward-moving than that heavy g sound we just left behind. It literally feels like a fast sprint, which is a perfect match for our running team theme. To keep that high-energy visual storytelling going, check out how the source material handles the word sun. We don't just get a boring yellow circle in the sky. The sun actually slides on a cool pair of sunglasses and gives you, the viewer, a playful wink. It's this exact kind of character-driven detail that makes this whole explainer so effective. You're associating the phonetic sound with a highly specific, charming visual. And here is the rest of our fast-moving UN squad. We've got run, perfectly captured by a single sneaker just sprinting at top speed. Then there's fun, where bright confetti pops right out alongside the word. We have a bun, an actual yummy hamburger bun that's literally rolling by on its own. And to round out the team, we have a gun. But totally not a scary one. It's a playful toy gun blowing a stream of bubbles. Confetti popping, buns rolling, sneakers sprinting. It keeps your brain actively, constantly engaged with that UN sound. All right, it is officially time to bounce and hum. Section 3, the UB and UM families, the bouncy bunch. And this brilliantly illustrates how changing a single consonant transforms the physical feeling of a word. Over on the left, the B in makes your lips literally pop. Think of words like rub, sub, tub, kib, and hub. It's a literal bounce. But then, if you swap that for an M on the right, you get our words, gum, hum, sum. Your lips stay pressed together, creating this vibration. The bounce turns into a continuous, resonating hum. It's just a fantastic contrast.
So let's pull out some of the most playful highlights for this bouncy bunch. For our bouncing UB sound, we've got a tub, featuring this cute little duck floating happily in a bubble bath. We also have a cub, a baby bear waving right at us, and Buddy actually makes sure to point out that this cub looks exactly like him. On the hummock side, the script gives us a bee flying in a frantic zigzag pattern, making a loud, vibratory hum sound for the word hum. It ties the phonetic rule directly to the visual action of the bee perfectly.
Almost there. Let's keep moving. Section 4. The UT and UD families. The silly group.
So, the crucial point is the juxtaposition of two very different endings to our short U sound here. First, look at the sharp, abrupt T in the UT family. Words like cut, hut, nut, butt, and rut. The sound stops really quickly, much like the sharp snipping of the scissors the script uses to illustrate the word cut. But compare that to the softer, heavier D in the UD family. Bud, mud, dud. That sound lands with a much heavier thud, which is perfectly matched by the visual for the word mud, described as this giant, messy splat.
And speaking of soft, heavy thuds, we absolutely have to isolate this hilarious example from the script. The word is dud. I mean, how do you visualize a dud? Well, the script shows a firework flying up, but instead of a massive triumphant pop, it just lets out a sad, funny little psh sound. It's silly, it's unexpected, and it firmly locks both the meaning and the soft UD sound of the word right into your memory.
Wow, I cannot believe how fast we are tearing through this. Section 5, the wild extras. Let's race right through these final 4 rule breakers. We've got pug, represented by a cute panting little dog. We've got a pun, shown as a light bulb suddenly flicking on as a joke lands. Then you hear the loud honking horn of a yellow school bus. And finally, to bring the core adventure to its absolute climax, we have the word up, accompanied by the wonderful visual of our guide Buddy the Bear magically floating right up into the cartoon sky.
And with Buddy floating into the sky, we hit this massive, impressive milestone, 30. Buddy and Pop wave goodbye, and they tell you, wow, we read 30 words. You are a reading superstar, by breaking things down into these visual, highly active groups. From digging all the way to running and bouncing, you have literally conquered 30 distinct U-vowel words in record time.
Which brings us to the final empowering question of our explainer today. Now that you've mastered the digging crew, the running team, and all the rest, what adventure will your new reading powers take you on next? Pop the Robot signs off with a celebratory beep, boop, beep. And honestly, I echo that sentiment exactly. The visual mapping we've explored today proves that learning phonics doesn't have to be a chore at all. It can actually be an absolute blast. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, keep hunting for those sounds.